Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Cinematography series. And in today's excerpt from the Patreon live stream, we're going to be looking at a project that a supporter sent in and talking about how important blocking is and framing is in relation to light, because you can have the most beautiful quality of light and you can have it coming from all the right spots. But if you don't choose the camera angles and you don't have the talent blocked out in a way that takes advantage of that light, you may be doing yourself a disservice. So enjoy this video and we'll see you on the other side. So this is what we're looking at. We are inside of a kitchen. Number one thing that we will see in this setup, let's just scroll through this first, this initial sequence. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 shots in this environment, okay? But the blocking and the angles are all taken by, well, they're all predicated on this opening wide shot. This will set our lines. This is all set what angles we're shooting from. This sets everything that we're doing. So it's an interesting choice, this particular angle. And I would imagine they chose this because they wanted to shoot into the kitchen to show it off. That would be why, I think that would be why you would choose this angle. Because inside of this kitchen, as in most kitchens that are tucked away inside of a house or inside an apartment, whatever this is, there's no windows. So you can't come with any light from there, which means you probably have to come from the living room side over here, which means we're going to be throwing light this way. Now, why is this bad? This is not ideal because that means we're throwing light in the direction that we're shooting. So we aren't going to be able to shoot into the light, which, as you know, leads to this. This is what it leads to. You see how that's all one tone? It's really, really hard to get any interest in there because the background is doing the same thing. Let's, for a moment, discount that or forget about the fact that we're inside of a kitchen and there's white walls everywhere. Okay, let's imagine this was a different color kitchen, so we don't have to worry about that for the time being. Still, if you're lighting from this way and you're shooting this way, you still get all this wash. You still get all the same level. It's only made worse because of the white walls. So that's bad. What's good is, I mean, at least this is in shadow, right? That creates some sort of depth. This little foreground element is in shadow. That's nice. The problem is going to be that when this little boy runs by, he's going to get hotter because he's closer to the lamp. It feels like the lamp is just here. It's almost like you can see the flag that they tried to keep it off the wall to give it some shape. You feel that. So what are the solutions here? Well, if we were on the Tech Scout and nothing had been decided yet, my suggestion would be, why don't we shoot over here and we'll shoot this way? The answer probably, like I said, would be because we want to see the kitchen. And say, okay, if we want to see the kitchen and we want to shoot this angle, rather than being this wide, this is a fairly wide lens, and we're in really close to this chair, why don't we back up? Again, I don't know the location, but this is just in our imaginary world. We're going to back up this way, and we're going to go this way. Okay, we're going to go back and to the right. And by going back and to the right, we're going to go on a slightly longer lens, so we're going to compress the space, which means we can bring in the fixtures into closer areas because we don't see as much, right? If we back up, we're going to see more. To cancel out seeing more and still be able to use the light, we're going to go on a slightly longer lens. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put this guy, you're going to try and get him as far away from this wall as possible. You want to pull him out with you. So as we step back into the right, he steps back into the right. What we're trying to do is create separation because he's so close to that back wall that it's going to be very hard to get separate light on him and on the background. And remember, we're always trying to create that contrast and to create that that layer of depth. And it's really hard to do if you're standing right on the wall. So that would be the first suggestion. Then we are going to angle the light so it's shining that way as opposed to shining this way. So we use the light probably where it is now, but because our talent comes forward, the light now starts to aim away from the wall, if you're following what I'm saying. So that would be my suggestion here. Now that I spent so much time talking about this particular shot because that then dictates the light direction on every other shot. So you know you're setting the entire mood. One thing, even if you're going to go this way, one thing to look out for is the uplight here. You know, that's a sign that something is amiss. So I would shy away from trying to get. I mean, it's nice because it makes it not look like a set because you can see the ceiling. But if you start to get light and shadows going up like that, it just feels always feels a little bit weird to me. Okay, so that's that particular shot. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this video. If you're interested in more in-depth cinematography content, you can find it all over on Patreon. The link is in the description below to go there. This video was a few minutes from an hour-long live stream. Those live streams happen each and every week where we are answering listener questions real time. We are talking cinematography. We're looking at projects that people send in. We break down the lighting and the framing and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check out the link. And many thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.